Hi, I'm Corbin. I'm 26 and based in Austin, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
What do you do for a living here in Austin?
I work for the state of Texas.
Oh, what do you do?
I do some stuff working with the House of Representatives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could have swore it was HEB.
No, it is not HEB.
Okay. Do you have like an account with them or something?
I do, yes.
Did you used to work for them?
No. They have a debit card that had a high yield. Yeah, they had a high yield savings account and 5% cash back if you buy from them.
Oh, very.
Not trying to give them an ad, but you know.
Yeah. What's your income now?
My income now is about $55,000 a year.
Okay. How do you feel living in Austin? $55,000 a year.
It's expensive. It's harder, or it has gotten harder.
What's your living situation?
I'm married, so it's me and my wife living together.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes.
So it's a married income. What's the household income?
Household income is about double that. I would say about $90,000.
Okay. So a little under double that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Very good. Now, your financial situation. Give us just a brief overview. What are we looking at? What is your life financially?
Yeah, so really overall, I feel like my day-to-day financial situation is pretty good. I don't feel like I have too many outstanding debts. I don't spend a ton of stuff on random stuff. I'm kind of more ready to look more into investing, and I don't have any investments.
Any?
I have a retirement.
Yeah,
work,
I saw that. Yeah,
but that's the only investment that I have, other than I guess savings account, which really I don't think counts.
Where do you think your money's going if not investing?
It's just. What do you mean?
Like, why are you not investing? If
Why
you
am I
want to
not
invest,
investing?
why is that not happening?
It's trying to find. It's honestly trying to understand it and just trying to figure out what that means for me and how much I can afford to put aside and that kind of thing. Okay. I wouldn't say I pretty much max out my budget every month. I don't save a whole lot, except for in certain situations.
Where does your money go then?
Food, housing, movies, the occasional vacation and stuff like that. And any extra money I just put into savings.
What about your wife?
It's a similar situation. We don't buy a whole lot of extra stuff, so any extra money that we get it just goes into a savings account.
Are your guys' full financial situation intertwined, or are you all separate?
It is intertwined. Yeah, it's we right after we got married, we consolidated everything but
I just wanted to take a brief moment to give a shout out to a company that helps support this channel, Monzo. Monzo is a money management app that helps you see, save, and spend your money with confidence. So head to the description below to learn more, or you can sign up for free by going to monzo.com/US/Caleb, which again is linked in the description below. Thank you. So is most of what I'm going to look at both of you together then?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay, cool.
There shouldn't be anything, I don't think, that she has that you don't have.
Gotcha. Okay. So give yourself a score, 0 out of 10, where you think you are financially. Then let's see how you stack up at the end.
Financially, I would say I give myself about a 7.5.
That is quite optimistic. But okay.
I like to be optimistic.
Optimistic is good. Now, do you think you should be focusing on investing when you have $33,800.91 in debt?
Maybe not.
Okay. What's your idea around debt?
My idea around debt is generally kind of pay it off when you can. Pay it off I guess kind of month to month, pay what you need to and pay it off when you can.
Oh, okay. So minimum monthly payments, and then when you have a little extra, pay it off. That's where you are? Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you put anything extra towards these?
No. They are all fairly recent debts, I would think. So, so I hadn't put anything extra towards them.
Well, we have right here the first one. So this is an installment loan of $16,317. Mm-hmm. What's this for?
It's for a car.
What is the car?
One of them is, that one's probably that's the Prius. So Toyota Prius, relatively new.
Well, at least it'll pretty much last.
Yes.
And the minimum monthly payment for this one is $303. Mm-hmm. The interest rate, 5%. For cars, I typically like to see 3% or less if we're going to do minimum monthly payments until paid off, because if you take that and account the 5% plus depreciation, typically in cars, the car market's been a little funky for a few years and it's headed towards the right direction. It's not there yet, and with then maintenance as well, it's like, okay, but add that into the mathematical equation when it comes to the overall interest rate, depreciation, and maintenance. I'm not thrilled with that rate, but I'm also not like screaming dying.
Yeah.
And you just got this?
About a year ago.
What, a year ago? Okay. What year is the car?
2020.
Okay. And what is the loan length?
Loan length, I believe, was 72 months.
Why?
Why? That's what they gave me.
No, I mean, you could... No. I mean, that's probably what they offer because, it makes them more money over time.
Right.
So that's probably the one they wanted you to get into. And then they convinced you to that. You were like, no, I want to do a 3-year loan, right? But you're like, nah.
I mean, ideally, I would have loved a lesser loan, but in order to get the monthly payments to where I was comfortable with at the time.
Yeah, but you're paying more in the long run, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do know that, yeah.
And you're okay with that?
I guess, yeah.
So what monthly payment were you uncomfortable with?
I didn't want to go too much above, the 300 was pretty much where I was comfortable with. I definitely didn't want to go to 350 or 4. That felt too, in my rough calculations of what I could afford at the time. I think that's what I was comfortable with.
Well, especially since you have another one.
Right.
What's
that's more
loan
recent.
For?
That's also a car.
Okay, so a car for both of you.
Yes.
What is this car?
That is a Corolla Cross Toyota.
Year?
2022.
Okay, $15,090.87 with a $254 minimum monthly payment, 69 cents. That's where we get the total debt situation. The interest rate on this one's worse.
Yep.
Again, it's not like I'm dying type, but at 6.64%, we're probably going to want to pay this one off at that point, where it's encroaching that 7% plus depreciation plus maintenance. It's the money that's going towards this is going to perform competitively on that number in the market. So like we want to get rid of this to minimize our risk, and we'll go from there. But again, these debts aren't something that I'm like freaking out about, going crazy. But let me guess, 72 months or whatever it is, 74.
Yeah, thereabouts.
When did you get this one?
That one was this year in January.
So why'd you guys get new cars?
The one that we replaced with the Prius was totaled, and this next one, that car was 15 years old and just crapped out.
Yeah. Well, was it totaled?
The first one was, yeah.
No, why?
Oh, why? I got rear-ended.
Okay. And then the insurance paid off the remainder of
They paid off the remainder of that lease.
And that was it?
And yeah, and I was left with about $10,000.
And you put $10,000
towards
down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's good. That explains the balance not being crazy high. Okay. So clearly we have a debt that we want to pay off and then one that's questionable.
Yeah.
What is your rent?
My rent is $19.50 a month.
Oh. Okay. And post-tax income for you guys as a household has to be thinking about on a monthly basis $6,000?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Okay. So this rent's a bit expensive for you guys.
A little bit, yeah.
So we don't want to go and get minimum monthly payments that are beyond our comfort level for the cars by having it be in 3 years paid off the car. And I understand that now because you're out of the income that comes in about $6,000 a month net, 33% of your income goes to rent.
Right.
So 30% is like the absolute max that it should go to. I mean, 25% is what we should aim for as a max, but 30% is like, all right, that's the extreme number. And you're going over the extreme number.
Yeah.
In certain places, it's impossible, but it's not impossible here. You guys chose to get a $2,000 place.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, well, that's not thrilling, but it's gonna help with the overall equation. So we have credit cards. You do not hold balances on these credit cards, it looks like. That's good. Yeah. Are these both of your credit cards? Are there some that I'm not seeing?
No, that's all I have.
Okay. What about her?
They're both joint.
Oh, very good. Okay. So on here, and let's start collecting some math on this. Okay. We spent $1,752. on this credit card on a monthly basis. Again, 33% of our income is going to rent. And we have $6,000 total. And we're doing Camp Gladiator and Chipotle and Hulu and Oddwood Ales and Moody's Burgers. Peternals Electric Company Smart Hub?
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, we're good with that one. And Chili's and Humble Pint Brewing, Workhorse Bar, Amazon, Quip, New York, Spotify, Phoebe's Diner. I hear good things about that. Torchies and Moving in Storage. Did you guys just move?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll be okay with that one too. Movie Pass. I didn't know people still use that. Camp Gladiator, DoorDash. Definitely don't need that. And Blue Corn and Movie Pass and Academy Sports Outdoor and Brewatorium. You guys glug a lot of beverages. And Hobby Lobby. And bookshop.org as well. So, I mean, there's also a lot of gas on here that was spent. But in general, that was a lot of BS spending as well. The spending you don't need to be doing. We're going and spending $1,750. Okay, so that's one, but we have multiple cards. So, we have an Apple Card. Next. On the Apple Card, we spent, it's kind of hard to see on the stupid Apple Card, of course. $596.83. How do you feel about the spending so far? We're only 2 accounts in and we've spent $2,500 basically.
Yeah, the last month with moving was probably not where I would like to be.
No. But if you're where you would like to be, that place that you would like to be should be hitting that subscribe button, because we're trying to get to 750,000 subscribers, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. So, okay, yep, $596. What do we do here? Well, this was all bullshit. New York Times, Capital Grill, a vending machine, Capital Grill, Precision Camera, Capital Grill, Super Kiki Shopping, Capital Grill. Dude, okay, you're just going there like every second of your life. And taking toll roads, which you don't necessarily need to take, but you live in an area where I know it's easier for you to take it, but you don't have to. Maximum Fun, Inc., Capital Grill, Apple Bills, Market at Work, Stitch Fix. It's an expensive way to do clothes, but they do look nice. And Jerry's Artamara and Capital Grill, shocker, and Total Wine and More. Starbucks, Raising Cane's, New York Times, Quesos, Tacos, Scissors, and Scotch. Man, you guys glug.
To be fair, Susan Scotch is a haircut in place.
Oh, well, that's good. But still, always going to the bars and grills and stuff. Okay. Then we have one of the checking accounts. We have a couple different checking accounts. Well, actually, we have the HEB thing, too. So it's a debit card?
It's a debit card, yes.
And you put in $1,000. Spent $894. Spent $894. Did you transfer out?
If that's all, I'm not sure how that looks, but
Lots of HEB purchases though. HEB.
That's all I use that for is HEB.
Well, again, then we spent. Oh no, you transferred 500 savings. 500 savings. That's why. So 894.87 minus 500 you spent on this now. And HEB, mostly groceries probably, but still spent $394.87. Okay, now we have 2 checking accounts. And here we have a huge balance in this regular savings, which is good. And even the checking's pretty good. But $22,718 in the savings. What kind of interest rate is this getting?
That one's not as high. That's about, I believe, a 2%, 2.5%.
Dude, 4.3% at SoFi. That's what I use.
I've got
linked in my description.
I've got 2 other 4 and above percent.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Then yeah, we may as well be getting this 22,000. So a lot of this is paying off things and transferring money back and forth.
Correct.
We got a DoorDash.
Yeah.
Don't need to be doing that, but that's pretty much it with this. This is things going in and money being transferred around.
Right.
And then what is that savings for? What are you intending behind it?
One day a house is going to be what really is the savings is going to be.
When do you want that?
Within the next 5 years, we were hoping.
Okay. Then this everyday checking with the Wells Fargo is pretty much nothing.
That one I just kept open. I had to pay my last landlord through Zelle. My bank doesn't have Zelle, so I kept that open. That's an older checking account.
Yeah, that's what you did. You Zelled out. Yep. 1,735. So your last landlord, okay, we won't count that towards your spending then because that's just done. That's certainly not considered normal by any means. Then we do have the Texas Savers program, which I assume is your
through work
retirement, 3,631. Okay, that's very behind. Yes. I'd want you to be there in like your first year or 2 years of working. How many years have you been working?
This is my first fourth year. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely not happy with that. Happy with what it's in. We got 41% international is actually quite a bit international, and then 24 large cap, 16 mid cap, 12% mid cap, and no, that's not investing advice for legal reasons. But for me, when I do that much in international, I don't know, in my only investment portfolio, and we have Apple Savings 4.15 again. 0.15 lower than what you could get, but that's okay. $5,021.55 in there. And this is also just saving for the home emergency fund type situation?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And is this another savings? We have 3 different savings?
Yes.
Okay, so we have an additional. Is this high yield?
Yes, that's I believe 4% as well.
That extra 0.3, my dude. But good. I'm glad an extra 2,021 cents in here. 500 went in. Okay. What is this?
This is the state requires you to withhold, I believe it's 9% of your paycheck and put it into another type of savings account. So there's one that's voluntary and there's one that's mandatory. I'm not really sure what it's kind of they make you put in this amount of money and they handle it. Basically, I don't have any control over that.
They're handling it? Okay, so it's in like a pension?
It's a pension essentially.
Well, this number is making me more happy at 18,330.
Which is why I don't put as much as I probably could into that other one.
Yeah. Pensions can be good. Pensions can also be, I really don't know anything about this one at all.
This is all I could find.
Yeah, this is a sheet of nothing.
It's not. That's as good as I could get.
Okay. So, happy with the savings. So clearly we're doing well there. We have a debt we want to get rid of because it's certainly not a good debt. Neither of these debts are working for you. Okay. I explained it a few times. I'm not going to go into great detail, not to bore the audience, and I'll explain it to you more afterwards if you would like it. But car debt and my logic behind it. I'm okay, relatively, with car debt. If it's 3 years at 3%, and that's all, but in the context of, okay, you have $10,000, you're going to get a $10,000 car. Oh, okay, we can get a 3-year loan at 3%. I'm going to put $2,000 down and invest the other 8%. Invest the other 8% or $8,000. If the $8,000 is then just spent on BS while we go and get a car loan with $2,000 down, then it's not worth it. If we're getting a higher interest rate, especially at like 7% where you're at, not worth it. Because the stock market on average, 8% a year. So with maintenance and everything on that, are we really making progress in life? With that, I don't think so. Plus, when people go get leverage on a car, $10,000 cash. Yeah, but I can take out leverage on a car. Since I'm putting less down, maybe I'll just get a $15,000 car instead. So that's where I'm kind of against it. But there are ways to do it. Have you been in, well, we have the answer, but have you been investing that extra money?
No. Yeah, certainly not.
So we have not been doing it right. What else have we not been doing right? So rent, basically $2,000. Is that included utilities and all that?
No. Just not.
Okay, what's utilities?
Utilities run...
including internet.
Including internet, run probably $250. That doesn't sound right. Wait. We just moved, so I'm trying to remember all of that.
Sure.
Let's see. We have water. We have gas. Or not gas. We have water, electric. I think it's closer to 200 with the internet. Yeah, maybe 200.
And this is just rent, utilities, and what you spent last month on the different cards, $5,000, meaning we have $1,000 left over. Mm-hmm. And then with all the other bills, I assume like when there's probably not much room to start saving for where you need to get for the house, have a fully funded emergency fund and get the house where you're trying to retire, or we're trying to put extra money towards the retirement. We're trying to put extra money towards the debt. We can't do that we definitely cannot do it, not even close, if we are doing what you did, which was $1,334.09 of eating out in a month. That's what you spent. $1,334. I haven't been upset until this part of the conversation. This whole conversation has been going well so far, but 22.2% of your entire income was spent eating out. When we have a 7% debt on a car, when we're lagging in retirement outside of the pension, we're trying to save up to buy a house, but what you have saved is pretty much an emergency fund. We have nothing actually saved for a house, really, at this point. So that's kind of upsetting. That should be something you should be upset about. $35 of subscription is not crazy. $200 of gas, also not crazy. I lost close to $200 in interest across these two debts. Minimum monthly payments for the debts are... So again, you had $1,000 left over, but now an extra $674.05 is sucked away in minimum monthly payments. $200 for gas. Now we have what? An extra $100 left over in the way you guys were living? Yeah. Can't do that. Can't live life on $100. Or can't put things towards progress. All your bills together, thousands. Big purchases, the ales and the Camp Gladiator and $100 at Chili's. Chili's of all places. Chili's great. Okay, fantastic. U-Haul, but that's fair. Blue Corn Harvest and Brewatorium. It's all glug-glugs. Glug, 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 glug. Scissors and scotch. Well, that's okay. That's a haircut. $65, especially if that's included tip.
Yes.
Then that's okay. So gas and debt, utilities and rent. $2,000 for rent, $200 for utilities, $674 for the debt, gas, $200. Gonna give you as a couple now trying to actually make progress in life, $400 for groceries a month because we're cutting it back.
Right.
You're doing cheap, healthy but cheap.
Yes.
And then $150 for makeup and soap and bullshit like that you need to kind of survive in toilet paper, but like also, you can cut back where you can, but it's the toilet paper fund, $150. Healthcare, you get state.
Yep.
The wife.
Same. She works for the city.
Very cool. And any other expenses, because we're cutting the almost $40 of subscriptions you have too. Mm-hmm. No longer exists. Sorry. Log into someone else's account. Yeah, they're cutting down on that crap though. What else? What else do you have? Minimum monthly.
You mean payments and stuff?
Yeah, just things you have to take care of on a monthly basis that are reoccurring charges that you can think of in your life.
Other than
car insurances.
Car insurance.
How much for both?
I believe it's $200 total for both.
It's actually not crazy, but again, with the way you were living, now you guys are in the red. And in that toilet paper fund is like haircuts as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know. Other than the subscriptions, I don't have any other sort of monthly recurring things and food and whatnot.
The subscriptions are dead. Congratulations. Your minimum monthly budget in order to survive, and of course, half of this is rent because your rent's crazy. Then a big chunk is debt as well. It's almost a third. Okay. $3,824. That's your budget. That's your survival budget. Mm-hmm. What I'm going to do in your situation, you're not going to like me. You're not going to like me at all, dude. But I don't care because we're going to get you to a better place, and I would rather you be in a better place than like me. What is in savings across the different savings accounts and the checking account is $37,789. Glad we've done that. We made progress. Going a little wild now with some of our spending.
Sure.
Lifestyle inflation, perhaps.
From time to time.
From time to time. And time to time seems to always be happening. But $37,789. That's fantastic. The interesting part is you have to get your wife on board. And this, I'm very curious about how that conversation is going to go. Because we're going to pull out $15,090 immediately and pay off that second car at the 7% interest rate. Okay. That's gone. It's dead. No longer exists. The debt's gone. That's fantastic. That's great. It's incredible. You're driving that car around without a worry in the world. Right. And if it does break and the insurance covers it, you just use that money to go, if it totals, you use that money and go get another car, same value. Cool. Now, again, that second car, or the first car we talked about, that's where I'm questioning at that 5% interest. With depreciation and everything, just the math working out on it. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But do we want to put everything towards it? I don't know. What I might do in that situation, because you killed half your minimum monthly payments. Yep. I might, to turn this into a 3-year loan, double from $303 to $606 a month. Into that 5%. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
That could be doable.
It'll be the same minimum monthly payments you have now,
right?
But you paid off one and then you're just doubling the other.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
Okay, so I think you do that until it's paid off in 2 to 3 years. Okay. There's going to be conversations in the comment section for this one, and it's valid, but it's at that 5%. It's just, I'm just really trying to do what fits best for y'all over the situation. What do you think about the wife and the pulling out $15,090?
I don't think she would be that opposed to that.
Okay, she better not, because the math doesn't work. Right. You need to do this.
No, yeah. We've been trying to figure out better ways to get those payments down.
Yeah, for
Either
sure.
better interest rates or something, but yeah.
So $37,789 minus that $15,090 now leaves you with $22,699, and the minimum for you to survive is the same because you've doubled your minimum monthly payment. We're going to say $3,900 is what's needed to survive now. So minimum monthly payment is just a little more because you're doubling. At the $3,900, turn that into a 6-month emergency fund, is $23,400, which is great because you make $6,000. You have $2,100 left over in this budget. For 1 month, you save up, and boom, you have a fully funded emergency fund of $23,400. That's great. That's what's needed for you to survive. That's fantastic. Okay. Does she also have a pension to the city?
I believe so.
Okay. Because I'm curious what your retirements look like together, because it's important. Like, okay, your pension's okay so far. I mean, it's on the right track. Your retirement outside of it, not great, but I'm curious what hers is like, because if you are combined and then that's all we have, it's just your pension, I don't know. Okay. But you have a fully funded emergency fund and you have an extra. What I'm going to do at this point, what's crazy is this is what's going to hold you back. And this is where if you wanted to pay off that other car early, you could. You don't have to, but it starts helping because of the $6,000 that comes in. Your needs are 63% of your income. They should be capped at 50%. So I'd keep that budget relatively similar, but what you can then do with the extra money, put 20% is minimum what's being saved, what's being invested, extra 20%. Then I will allow you to put 17% of that $6,000 that comes in on a monthly basis, 17% you can put towards fun, eating out and stuff like that. I don't think 17% is going to cover the amount of money you're spending now. You're going to have to cut it in half for what it is now, if not a little more. Yeah, you can spend about $1,000. About $1,000. So of the 20% then that $6,000, I want to take a brief moment to thank today's sponsor, Course Careers. If you want to start a high-paying career in the technologies industry, but you don't have the experience or the degree, Course Careers is here to help. They're replacing college as the modern way people are starting careers, and it's so simple. All you need to do is go through an affordable online course where you learn everything required to actually do the job. Then they help you land a position by partnering with companies who drop their degree and experience requirements to hire Course Careers graduates into entry-level positions and internships. Check out some of their stories of people like Nyla, who went from being a 19-year-old Starbucks barista to making over $60,000 in a remote technology sales career. Or Josh, who went from being a college dropout working in retail to making $140,000 just 6 months after completing Course Careers. So go to CourseCareers.com, which is linked in the description below, to sign up for the free introduction course where you'll learn exactly how you can start a high-paying technology career without a degree or previous experience. And make sure to use the code HAMMER50 to get $50 off on the full course, and all of this is linked in the description below. Thank you again to Course Careers for sponsoring this episode. 1,200, 1,200. That's both of you maxing out your Roth IRAs every year, which you should. Mm-hmm. Max out your Roth IRAs every year. Then there's a little left over. Because I want you to max out your Roth IRAs every year before you start saving for a home. But there's not much left over after that. It's only like an extra $50, $75 a month in the overall budget. And, you know, you're never going to use your emergency fund to get a home. Mm-hmm. That's not going to happen. That'll put you in a dangerous place. Right. So we need to find ways to start saving for the home. Obviously, pay increases as the years come while not increasing our needs is going to help. If you can move to a cheaper place for a couple years, that's going to help. Mm-hmm. If you can have a place that's $1,500 a month, which I know for a fact you can, 2-bedroom, it'll just be okay, basic. Yeah. You know, it won't be bad, but it won't be super nice either. I mean, that gives you, then you have like $600 a month to put towards things. And, you know, that's extra $7,200 a year. So we could get a solid 10% down payment in a few years. We could get a solid 20% down payment in like 8 years, something like that. You could go 10% down for the first home. Sure. And then try to put into it a total of 20% as soon as you can. But really, I know that house is a very important goal. What's clear right now is you take the money out, you pay off the second car, that's higher interest, then you double the payment on the first car, then you save up a fully funded emergency fund, which should only take an extra like $1,000 to do, which you can do. And then from there you do, what was it, like 14%, was it 14 or 17% of your income towards fun?
I want to say it was 17.
Okay, 17. And then 20% is going to investing across the board, which is both of you maxing out your Roth IRAs, right. And then a little extra being set aside for home. The only way to get to the goal you're going to want is then cutting your fund down, putting that money aside, and then when your rent is up in a year from now, or however long you sign the lease for, getting a cheaper place and increasing your income at the same time through just pay raises while not inflating your lifestyle around that. Right. Those are the ways to get to the goals that you're trying to achieve. Mm-hmm. It's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty difficult to get a home in a few years. Okay. If you want to do this right. Right. If you want to do this where you're set up in the future. But that's okay. What? You're 26? We can get you guys in a home comfortably if you do what I said by like 32. How old is she?
Same age.
Okay, 32. That's fine for home ownership. Yeah. You don't need to rush it by any means, right? I mean, I know you want it, but...
Sure, yeah. It'd be great, but we don't need to.
Another way to get the ball rolling quicker is... I mean, you could fully pay off both cars right now and then go aggressively and save up the fully funded emergency fund over the course of like 6, 7, 8 months. Just everything, not having any ounce of fund that costs money unless, you know, it's only free fun. Mm-hmm. Then you have the fully funded emergency fund. Then you have an extra $600 a month you can start saving towards the home because you're getting rid of some minimum monthly payments. That might be an option that helps get the ball rolling quicker. Okay. I'm trying to do the math option for what makes sense with money being put certain places. Right. But that might get the ball rolling quicker in a way where you see movement towards the goals you want to hit. Yeah. So maybe pay off both cars right now, but I won't be upset if you definitely pay off the 7% one. Right. And then double the payment, make it a 3-year loan. Okay. For the second. Okay. It's difficult. People have conversations about it. Let us know your opinion on that. But it'll be hard work to get to your goal. You can do it. And you guys will retire millionaires if you follow what I said. You start maxing out your Roth IRAs. Now, both of you, 26. I mean, if you just do that and the limits never increase, let's see. Just for an example, and let's just say it's invested in the general stock market, 8% a year, and you want to retire at 60. Mm-hmm. So if you both max out your Roth IRAs every year, and this is without the limits ever being increased, and it's supposed to rise with inflation, 35 years, retiring by 60, both maxing out Roth IRA, average 8%, which is what the stock market has done on average, $2.2 million, or 1.1 after what inflation feels like, or that's what it would feel like after inflation in today's money.
Yeah.
So that's good, and that's just a Roth IRA, and then whatever her retirement situation looks like with work, and then your pension. I mean, that's fantastic. You guys are retiring multimillionaires. That's if you follow the plan I say, and you invest that amount, then you cut back on other things to hit the other goals you're trying to do. But I don't know. You guys went insane and ate out almost 20% of over 20% of your income. It was like 22%, right?
Right.
It's crazy. You can't do that for the rest of your life.
No.
So what are you going to do? Why did you guys eat out so much? What was happening there?
I mean, I kind of partially blame it on moving. You know, it's hard to keep the fridge stocked, and I paid family and friends for moving in food instead of money.
Probably would have been cheaper to do movers at that point.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Because now this plan that I said, and the plan that we will have to put in motion for you to make, end up in a really good place in life, requires both of you to be on the same page. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I think that could work. Yeah. I think we can be on the same page for sure.
Well, you know her the best, better than anyone. Mm-hmm. What do you think she's going to say to this?
I think she'll agree. Honestly.
Okay. So is this exactly what you're going to do?
This is what I'm going to do.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Then we'll do a checkup. That car better be gone, and then determine what you want to do for that other car. Then we should have a fully funded emergency fund pretty soon by the next time we see each other. But don't let us down. You're in a position where you can do so many good things. You just have to buckle down and actually do it now.
Gotcha.
Any final thoughts?
That's it.
For Corbin, he and his wife actually have a really good opportunity to live an amazing life, financially speaking. They just got to buckle down, stop getting those glugs all the time, and, start investing and doing some things. For right now, Hammer Financial Score, spending within a budget. It has to be 3 out of 10 because that 22% going out to you. Come on, what are we doing here? Especially when we have a 7% debt on a vehicle that's going down in value. Come on. Debt, it's not the craziest we've seen by any means. 3 out of 10 because it's still not good by any means either. Retirement, the pension, good. What do you set aside? Not so good. 4 out of 10. And I think I'm being a little generous there, maybe. Emergency fund, 10 out of 10. It's fully saved. Obviously, some of it's going to go to a car, but right now it's fully saved. So that's good. I'm glad they were able to do that. And real estate, that's going to be about 6 years down the road, 0 out of 10. Hammer Financial Score right now for them as a couple, 4 out of 10. Check out the resources I have linked in the description below for high yield savings, getting a free $5 when you sign up for Acorns. There's a variety of things that I personally use or would use in specific situations, and I have them linked down there as affiliates. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks.